Oh, I love it. Working at BOC has been probably the greatest experience I've ever had. I finished my training in December of 2021, going over just about everything that you could possibly cover about coding in a 10-week period. My job prior was working in emergency rooms for Northwest. You know, it's hard to work in a place where people are dying, but it pays the bills. And I did that for 60 hours a week. I knew I had to get out of what I was doing somehow. I learned about the Innovation Outpost program really by chance. I didn't know it existed until it was mentioned to me, and I immediately went and signed up. I was put on a wait list. Still didn't think I was gonna get it, but they called me back, interviewed me, and next thing I knew, I was leaving my job and starting in the tech industry. It's a day and night difference. Pay, benefits, mentality, that's probably the biggest. Not looking over my shoulder wondering what's coming next, what car accident, shooting, murder is gonna come through the doors of the hospital. I get to sit at a desk and everything's quiet, write code. If you know the fundamentals, you can kind of work your way through problems, even though it might be at a slower pace than someone who's been doing it a while. You can still find your way through. Those core fundamentals are exactly what you need, and that's what was taught. The work environment and culture of BOC Bank is the best I've seen out of several jobs that I've had. The environment is relaxing. We have great mentors that help us get through a lot of issues that we have, not just coding, but with imposter syndrome or whatever might be going on at any given time. No bank has ever done what they're doing, creating their own software that could potentially be sold to other banks one day. And we fortunately get to be part of that and get to help get them there, which is the coolest thing about it. My learning experience at the Innovation Outpost was different. What I wanted to do was prepare myself for a remote job because I couldn't imagine a company like BOC sitting there waiting to grab the talent. The hybrid learning aspect of Innovation Outpost certainly played a huge role, even though I did do remote the entire time. If I chose to go in, you know, COVID changed everything. You have to have that hybrid flexibility. That played a huge part for me. Being part of a learning community absolutely enhances it, and that's the whole reason I'm going back to school. I could just stick with this job, but solely because of my experience from Innovation Outpost, that's why I want to go back to school. The impact that it had on me was just the drive and motivation to go for it that I didn't have before, because I was not in the greatest situation financially, but also mentally, with all that worry of, if I try to go to school, how am I gonna pay my bills and work? And sometimes you just gotta take a leap of faith. For someone who wants to start an IT career, I would have to say two things. One, the help is out there if you look for it. Even before Innovation Outpost, there's scholarships, there's things you can do, even though IO really revolutionized it. And the second thing would be that you're only gonna get out what you put in. You get a certificate, that's great, but it's not gonna help you. You have to really throw everything you have into it in order to get that back out, so that you are learning the actual skills you need for the job. If I were to recommend IO to one of my close friends, I'd have to say, if you want to work in tech, then, you know, what are you waiting for? They can help you get there now. It's called a career accelerator for a reason. You just got to put everything you got into it. BOC is a company that not only would I like to grow a career with, but I plan to. You can never learn absolutely everything there is to know about coding in one lifetime, but with the mentors and assistance that I can get from BOC, I think I will be there for a very long time. My name is Jamie. I'm a junior software engineer at BOC Bank, and I am an Innovation Outpost Lifetime Learning member.